up for grabs on the long playlist. We got 5 options. Oh man. Don't even know what to say. Like the words have escaped me after doing all that Jurassic Park. It's alright, we soldier on through. So, the 5 games that we have up for grabs. Actually, let's bring that music down just a bit. First off, there's a Castle Meister thing. No, I'm not selling it very well. Maybe I should actually go in the list, which tells me what these games are. Right. So there's Amayui Castle Meister, which is a lewd SRPG in the same vein of Kamidori. It's the Weeb entry to all of this, but Kamidori was very, very good. Same developers, so I'd expect the same level of, well, polish out of it. Maximilian put it forward. He said it's more Kamidori with slightly better cast and a stronger story. 30 to 80 hours, depending on how much you speed hack and which difficulty. I don't speed hack much. Then there's Just Cause 3, submitted by Zanzibar Palm. They put in a huge wall of text about it. Well, I played Just Cause 2 before in my free time about 10 years ago. I thought it was fantastic, so more of that should surely also be fantastic. Professor Layton, the 3 games on the Nintendo DS. If there were more than 3, I didn't know that, but these 3 games will be Unwound Future, Curious Village and Diabolical Box. I've played all those before, but it was so long ago I barely remember any of them. How Long to Beat says 12 hours 30 for the main story. That's based on the EA itself. EA? What are you talking? Oh, I'm reading the Subnautica thing. The Professor Layton one is estimated at 30 hours. Riftbreaker was a last-minute addition to the Longplay submissions list. It was put in by Freiheitskampfer, and they say, described as a combination of Factorio and They Are Billions, which is all they put in for it, and they said 40 to 70 hours. I haven't played it. I watched Fishlips play a bit of it, and I thought that looks really good. It's like Factorio with a lot more massacre. And lastly, there's Subnautica Below Zero in with another shot. Subnautica was a lot of fun, despite me being pretty terrible at it. And I'm quite keen to play more, so that's why it's up as an option. And now I'd love to just hit the button and start the vote, but sadly you can't prepare these ahead of time, so I have to put up the poll right now. Why is the last poll, do we give a hint? Oh, that's Bane, isn't it? Bane, stop using the poll thing. Wish I found a way to restrict that. Tag at stream on Discord. Good idea, Lizard. Go for it. So we'll just call it next Longplay, and it is... Oh, I'm not even typing that out myself, just copy paste. Amayui, Castlemeister, Just Cause 3, Professor Layton, The Riftbreaker. Yeah, no, is it The Riftbreaker? Well, whatever, people know what it is. And Subnautica Below Zero. There are 4 latent... Well, we're doing 3 here. Unwound Future, Curious Village, and Diabolical Box. Who knows, maybe it'll become 4 if it's too much fun and we just can't stop. Like a Bob Ross painting, you can tell he's on my mind. Before we start the vote, I want to ask a different question. Which game do you think is going to win, chat? I'm not doing a poll for this one, I just want to ask you. Which game do you think is going to win? That gives me an opportunity to actually put out the announcement. Weeb, Layton, Subnautica, Amayui, Riftbreaker, Just Cause, DDR. So it seems like a lot of people think Layton, and a lot of people think Amayui. Now, just because that's what you think is going to win doesn't mean that's how it's going to boil down. I'm reminded of one time where there was an election for a country, I forget which, and the predictions were way off on who was going to win. But what was accurate was when people were asked what they thought their neighbours were going to vote for. Or at least that's the story I was told. Might be completely false. Anyway. Alright. 3 minutes going for it, and I always forget what I set the vote swingers at. What do I normally put it at? I have no idea. I should put it at 5,500, why not? You normally put it at 3,499 or 4 point... Well, it looks like I changed it a lot, so whatever. We'll put it in as just a random assortment of numbers there. 5, 4, 6, 8 will do. Right, let's get it going. It starts now. Hopefully I didn't reverse the bits and the... there we go. The bits and the swingers again. So, next long play. There is the vote. Amayui comes surging out ahead. And coming up behind it are both Professor Layton and Riftbreaker. Looks like a bad day to be Just Cause 3. No interest in that. Oh, I'm still going to have to check it out someday. Maybe I'll wildcard it, or maybe I'll just play it at my own time. So the question, it seems to be coming down to poor Professor Layton. People thought he'd be in with a chance, but he's just being swept aside. No, looks like it's down to Riftbreaker and Amayui, unless Professor Layton has a big following out there somewhere. Young says it's boring and repetitive, really? I mean, you could say the same about Just Cause 2, but I certainly enjoyed that one. There was a lot of repetition and going around and causing, in quotation marks, chaos as you just blow up these small cities, but I found that quite cathartic in its own way. A wildcard would be a good thing for Just Cause 3. It's fun, but a lot of copy-paste. I think halfway through you'll see the same thing. Yeah, I don't remember Just Cause 2 being a short game, though. Okay, it's relatively neck and neck between Amayui and Riftbreaker, so as it often comes down to it, this is a two-horse race. I like the idea that the little talking DNA guy is, it's like he's the one talking over how this one is going. Anyway, halfway through the time, and I think both sides are holding back. The Weeb lobby is feeling out the Riftbreaker lobby, and the Riftbreaker has probably absorbed all the people that would back Just Cause 3 Layton or Subnautica, just in the spirit of stopping Amayui's surge. The thing is, yeah, sure there are Weeb games around here, but Amayui, if it's anything like Kamidori, it's probably going to be a pretty fantastic game. Just a question of getting it streamed, though. Soupdog says that they're good with any of these options, and Kaladin points out something very important. In the case of a tie, Professor Layton is going to be the winner, so if you think it might be a tie and you actually want Subnautica, it might be worth the 12 votes to make sure Subnautica is in with a shot there. Yeah, that's worth reiterating actually. I believe that in a tie, first and second place, cancel it out, it goes to the next person, and in this case it would be the Layton. Well, it's looking close, but as we come down to our last 30 seconds, Amayui is getting that surge. It's maintaining about a dozen votes on Riftbreaker. Okay, Riftbreaker has closed that gap. It's still there. All that matters is that one vote that keeps it ahead, though. And people just give up on Layton and poor Subnautica. Right, 10 seconds to go. This is where it comes down to it, because they're still both getting their votes. All those vote swingers that people saved up getting thrown in. It looks pretty neck and neck, but coming out on top, it is Amayui. They squeezed in 2 more votes at the last second. Could it have been you? Did you hold back for 2 votes on Riftbreaker that could have made all the difference there? You probably did, and that's why those Amayui backers, who don't stop and think about such things, made their way ahead and won. But, oh no, I'm not. Why does the bad music set in when we get that? No, none of that. Let's play One Can Dream to Fly. I'm sure you're as curious as I am as to what caused all that. How do I bring that thing out again? I thought there was a way to view the results in a way that comes out. Okay, well, maybe not. Maybe not. Hold your thoughts there. I'm gonna bring it out as best I can. Funny, I thought I had a better way of doing this. Let's do it in a way that doesn't show off all my embarrassing bookmarks. There we go, I think that works out. Hey, so as we can see here, clearly Amayui is the victor, but who caused that? Who exactly caused that? So Amayui was held up by Anohito and Pizzarific, Pizza revealing his true colours as loving Amayui, although he might claim he was accidentally voting for the wrong one. 545 votes from 85 unique voters. Loads of channel points going in, but whose? Darth Air was actually the biggest backer of this one. You know what, I'm going to cover up our friend there. He keeps obscuring my vision there. Right, so Darth Air was the biggest single backer using points behind Amayui. Health, El Coro, Taciturn, Goka. Funnily enough, Max didn't even wield his full power. Surprising there. I guess he thought he didn't have to, and indeed he didn't. The Glug, the Decoy, the real Decoy, and Pizza also going in with the points there, as is our anonymous Finn. It's the Finn lobby. Right, but who was it that got their hopes dashed? The 99 voters between Riftbreaker. There were more of them, but they clearly weren't strong enough, and it was led by Jagger. Jagger thought he could oust the Weeb lobby once again, charging forward, but no, he was sliced down because he was just 2 votes short. Cup, Brine, Salix, Delaran, TBW, trying so hard to negate his idea of being the Black Weeb. Even Baron weighing in wasn't enough. Wooter ran, even oh man, I feel bad for Yedrello. Voting in on this one, it's not enough. Yedrello is one of the longest standing people who've been around here. I'm kind of glad that they're still around even to vote on this, but still not enough. Even the bit contributions of Helden. My rival Helden chipped in here to try and prevent it. And he couldn't do it. He was too weak to defeat me in Silphco and too weak to defeat the Weeb lobby here. JoePro99 shoveling in quite a bit to the furnace, as was Baron and Bane. Not enough. But just imagine, with only 3 votes from any of these other lobbies, Riftbreaker could have had it. Professor Layton was backed by 32 different people. Given the vote disparity, that's quite incredible. They tried early on, but Riftbreaker was clearly the more popular anti-Weeb vote here. And then there's Subnautica coming in with some token votes. I don't know what it is. Why is Subnautica so languished here? It was so beloved as a long play. Well, the first one, and then Just Cause 3. Unloved. Quintuple the only one willing to spill any channel points for it, but no. Now the blame game has begun. You could have stopped this, TBW, says Kaladin. You had the points. Ah, that's greatly amusing to me. But it is now over. We will start this long play. What does my own calendar tell me? Not tomorrow. Oh, right, Christ, I'm out tomorrow. I got plans. But on Saturday, I do not. So we're going to have our Dictator stream, which is some kind of Mount and Blade game. Our Punishment game, one of the 2 of them. We'll see if Lego Island works. If not, it's Alt F4. And then we'll begin the long play for Amayui. Gonna get that mucked up all the time. Alright, cheers for joining for this 5 hours 51 of pretty terrible SNES game from my childhood. And until I come back with something else, it's a cheers and a cheerio.